So truthfully, look at this. You have lead poisoning here and here. So lead poisoning is very bad because it inhibits this spot and this particular enzyme too. Either way, you get hit from both sides. You'll never make heme, right? And then I've seen questions where they say, hey, what vitamin is at the beginning stage? B6 right here. And you see, sideroblastic anemia is one of the macrocytic anemias we've talked about. We have B6 over here. So I don't want you to feel overwhelmed because biochem is a lot to begin with. But because we did it at the beginning, we know week by week, organ system by organ system, you will start seeing more biochem being everywhere. So say, well, okay, this makes more sense. I mean, I know succinyl-CoA and glycine. By the way, collagen formation, you know, when you make collagen, right? There's a backbone to collagen. And if you see first aid, you'll see this. Let me show you this. Watch this. There's a reason why I say this to you guys. Everything is importante. Check this out. Collagen synthesis and structure. Yeah. Just like I told you before with heme synthesis, know the steps, know what's inside, what's outside, because I've seen questions ask you about the backbone of collagen. Glycine, X, Y. So no matter what it is, it's always going to have glycine. Glycine, literally, the collagen is a third glycine. So something so simple we can overlook and get the question wrong. Because well, it's glycine, XY always. And X, it says here, could either be proline or lysine. Y could be hydroxyproline, hydroxylysine, but it's always going to be glycine, the first one. So they can have you all these amino acids, and the answer is glycine. Glycine is the answer for many things. So again, what I told you with heme, I'll tell you here, look what you can figure out how to differentiate. There's 4 steps in the cell, 3 steps out of the cell. Good. Second, look at this one. The first 3 are in the RER, right here. This is actually zoomed in from this little area. Huh. Okay. Okay. And look at any red letters that can help you remember things and recall mnemonics and or little silly things. Okay, like hydroxylation, that's for vitamin C, right? That's important. So then I told you about clinical correlation. I said out of all these steps, there's only a few that have clinical correlation with the, obviously clinical medicine. So the step 2, scurvy. Step 3, osteogenesis imperfecta. Step 7, Menkes, and I believe also EDS. So as a test writer, writers will write certain things, and they're either going to ask you something so simple as a synthesis. They're going to ask you something about clinical correlation, scurvy versus osteogenesis imperfecta. They might present to you Menke. So I know you know this, and I know there's many pages in first aid that have stuff like this. So don't think you're going to write it all out. Don't think you're going to memorize everything. It's not possible. But if you say something like this, I know you've seen questions before. They'll either ask you about RER, ask you about a step here. So first you go step by step, like I told you, and there's a little something in the air. Go to the QBank video library, and I attack this extensively because vitamins are very, very big. Yes, yes, yes. So let's go back to sideroblastic anemia, sideroblastic anemia, because you see, things will start working together as a team, little by little. And that's why I start off with immunomicrobiochem, because when you start hitting the organ systems, guys, you realize things keep coming over and over and over again. All right, so you need to know this, by the way. I have stuff to post in the online community of coagulation disorders. You guys need to be able to differentiate, know the different tests, extrinsic versus intrinsic, and stuff like this.